Hello, this is Doll. The character we're going to look at this time doesn't have outstanding performance, but for some reason when your opponent picks her, she feels really tough. It's Leona. Even though she's a charge character, she's a bit tricky because she's rush type, but once you get used to her, she actually looks pretty cool. Many said Wyden looks strange, so I'm reverting to the original proportions.
I will carry out the mission.
Standing Way has a pretty good reach, and the activation isn't bad. And while the hitbox itself is nicely designed, the hurtbox is so close to the attack box that it's hard to rely on it for zoning with much confidence. It's mainly used to block short hop rushes. Version A is 1 frame slower, but version B still has a pretty fast startup. The side you are guarding is completely exposed, making it weak against sliding moves, but version A is much better at stopping short hop rushes. Since recovery is fast, the opponent can't punish your lower side even if they anticipate it. This is a completely useless trash normal move, Far C. Its startup is incredibly slow and its hitbox is one of the worst ever. I have no idea how you're supposed to land this, but weirdly enough, it can be cancelled. Other than accidentally using it when trying to do a close attack, you'll almost never see this move. This is Close C, which hits a total of 2 times, but can only be cancelled on the first hit. It's 1 frame faster than Close D, but since it's almost impossible to confirm on hit, Close D is better. This is Far D, which looks cool, but is completely unsafe. You might think you can use it for zoning since it kicks far, but don't kid yourself. Try zoning with this yourself. This simple move stylishly jumps over ground projectiles. This is the Close D that lands a total of 2 hits. Since you can cancel at any point during the 2 hits, it's easy to confirm on hit, so honestly, you can consider this your main Close D. Also, when this move is used, the lower hitbox vanishes, making it effective against opponents targeting you low while you're knocked down. This is the Crouching A, a basic rapid-fire normal. Usually, you follow up from Crouching B and finish with Moon Slash. It's also effective for catching opponents who use summons. You'll use Crouching B most when playing Leona. It has good range and a small hurt box, making it a basic move for zoning or starting combos anywhere. If it seems like your opponent can't reach straight down with their jump attacks, you can openly go for a low attack like this. Though Crouching C looks like it can anti-air with its uppercut, it actually can't. Its hitbox is weak, and it shares the same startup as Q's Close C. It's mainly for follow-up combos or corner pressure. Crouching D is a basic move that's often used together with Crouching B. When you use it, your hurtbox gets significantly smaller, even lower than Crouching B, so it's actually pretty good as an anti-air. Its hitbox is really strong, just like the very selfish Jump A. Most anti-air moves can't beat Jump A, unless it's an anti-air that makes the character's hurtbox disappear, like a Super or Iori's. It can't stop it. The downside is that its active frames are short. It's a normal move that's meant to be used air to air. This is Jump B. It starts quickly, but the hitbox isn't as good as it seems. Unless you're really catching the opponent's jump, honestly, I'm not sure if this move is that good. This is Jump C, which has a fast startup like Jump B. It's really good, but it's the only jump normal that can't be cancelled. It's decent for rushing and lets you safely hit opponents while escaping. If you really want to use this, you have to input and hold the direction key, so even if the opponent suddenly jumps, you can still grab them. Both the startup and hitbox are purely standard for a Jump D. Since it can be cancelled into V Slasher, you can use it right away when you get a counter hit in the air. That rarely happens, so it's usually used for rushdown. I don't like it because the startup is too slow. You can cancel it into Grand Saber, but if you really want to use it despite the risk, I won't stop you. With other skills, you can't connect unless it's a counter, and even then, you can barely link it by forcing it in the corner. Jump D has a short reach, but it's a good jump in for pressure. If your opponent tries to escape during pressure and you get a counter hit, just follow up immediately with V slash. This is the special move, Strike Arch. Used alone, it becomes an overhead attack that forces opponents to block high. When used as a combo after a basic attack, the overhead property disappears. The special move has an airborne hitbox in the middle, which allows you to finish with a V slash. Moon Slash is one of Leona's signature moves, delivering high damage and usable during low attacks. Aversion activates fast but stays still, while C is slower but moves forward. The hitbox is the same for both A and C, so if you want to differentiate their uses, A is for anti-air and C is for combos. After a low attack, if you want to follow up and hit the opponent as they get pushed back, C is safer. If you use A, sometimes you won't be able to hit them like this. This one is C. Grand Saber is a swift move that attacks while dodging projectiles from a low stance. You can follow up with an extra hit on contact, but honestly, I can't really recommend using this move much. Of course, it can be pretty useful against characters who rely on projectiles. When it hits in the corner, instead of using a follow-up move, you can use Moon Slash, Low V Slasher, or even level Spark to deal big damage. With just a little practice, even Poppy, who was sleeping next door, could pull off the Low V. Honestly, this is a completely useless move, Excalibur. It seems like it was made to be used for surprise attacks or against projectiles. It's so slow that it's hard to land the attack, and if you fail, the recovery time is so long that you'll definitely take damage. You can grab in the air, but the hitbox is so bad that it's easy for characters with aerial grabs to punish you. It's a projectile move, but the startup is so slow it's useless. Chonji Shialtagi is the worst trash ever, it's Yori Bomb. Unless your opponent is stunned, they won't get hit by this move. At maximum range, it does have a low hitbox, but since you'll never really use it anyway, it's not important. Is anyone taking this right now? Even before the new world starts, I've said this many times, but for Aiko, this is truly one of the worst moves. If it activated immediately, that'd be different, but you have to roll back, sit, aim, and throw with effort. Even if the opponent gets close, there's a little bit of a hitbox behind you, but even if you use it right in front of them, the opponent can calmly land a combo. Remember the command so you don't use it by accident. Let's combine. This is one of Leona's more standard projectile moves. The C version is barely worth considering, so I suggest mainly using the A version. Its anti-air performance is surprisingly decent, and it's also not a bad choice to use during spare moments for charging. You can follow up with additional hits, but unless you're fighting against the computer, it's hard to find someone who will actually get hit by this move in a real match. Wang Jiangtong can't block it. Using A drops you almost straight down, while C moves you forward more. It activates fast, so it's often used to finish a 9-hit combo. It's useful for sudden escapes, and must be used at low altitude in certain situations. If Leona wants to jump, should you always be ready to use V? One downside is that when you're in max state, you can't use it as a finisher in a normal field. If you really need to use it, you have to corner your opponent and try it there for it to hit. If you find it bothersome to use special moves, it's okay to use this instead. The damage is good, but this move also stalls for time. Using the normal version with the in-game timer wastes about 4 seconds. The max version causes more damage and lets you stall for around 5 seconds with the timer. Even when used on Goro, the best matchup, it still delivers strong firepower. I'll end the video by introducing Gukwandu. When playing Leona, this is the low sweep you'll use most. The B to A link often gets interrupted, so practice it. Here's the low sweep. Damage is good, but jump attacks are usually blocked, making them rarely successful. It's a combo that's easy on your hands, and in max mode, you can just use this combo. If you have meter, use it. This is Leona's true high damage combo. I think the sword slash came out looking pretty cool, so I'll wrap up the video with this. I tried fighting with the methods I explained in the video, but since I'm at the highest rank, it didn't go as planned. This time, while playing Leona Luo, I really felt that unless you have a natural talent for mastering the basics, there's just no answer. Maybe that's why people who are good at Leona aren't necessarily good at every character. That's all, this has been Doll. If you liked the video, please subscribe, like, and comment. I'll upload the next video soon.